We see them all the time. The police cars that patrol our streets. Driving those cars are dedicated officers that spend long hours seeing that the citizens of Bristol are safe. To aid these officers are many modern devices that help those officers in their sometimes difficult job.
The Bristol, Tennessee Police Department has just went to a new technology to help officers in the field. We're utilizing PDAs to do all our in-car reports, write citations on, do our crash reports, and when we make arrests, we could do all of our paperwork right there on the PDA, so we don't have to go in the station, and it automatically uploads into a server. So we can go back and access it later, or our supervisors can approve it, or it can go from there. It's easily accessible. It's something that we carry with us on our duty belt, that we can use in our car. We could use when we're standing behind the car on a traffic stop, and we can use right inside somebody's residence when we're taking a report. We don't have to come back to the car, take the information down, come back to the car and enter it into a computer. We can do it right there in the field. If there's any kind of stolen vehicles in the area, or if any agency puts out any kind of message to another agency or a regional BOLO or something like that, which is be on the lookout, then that message goes straight to our PDA and it'll notify us. All of our police cars have radar units in them. We have front and rear radar. We can use them moving or stationary. So we could use them driving up and down the parkway, getting vehicles traveling in the opposite direction or in the same direction as we are. Whether they're behind us or in front of us. We can also pull over on the side of the road and use our front or rear radar to catch people speeding.
Now, I've always wondered, if a police officer is pointing a radar gun at a group of cars, how does he know which car is speeding?
You're supposed to visually observe a vehicle. You can tell which vehicle is moving faster than the other vehicles, and then confirm it with the radar unit, which uses a Doppler-like system to go out and then hits off a vehicle and comes back and returns to the radar antenna. We also have handheld LiDAR units, which is like a radar, except for it uses laser instead of a Doppler system. It's a laser that is more vehicle specific. We actually hold it up, point it at the vehicle, which then returns a speed to us. So it is very vehicle specific. We've got in-car cameras that audio and visually record everything that we do. Once we initiate a traffic stop and turn our lights on, the camera automatically cuts on and records the duration of the stop until we cut it off. Camera system is tied into the light system, and once we hit our front light, then it automatically turns on the camera system to start recording.
On the old Andy Griffith Show, Sheriff Taylor had his trunk packed full of fishing gear. Times have changed.
We've got traffic cones that we usually use when we go out to a crash scene, in case we have to block off the road. Here's some stuffed animals that we usually give to kids. We've got a fire extinguisher, crime scene tape if we need to block an area off, basic first aid kit. We've got some blankets in here in case we need them. Paint to mark up crash scenes if we need to. We've got a measuring wheel that we use to measure skid marks. Evidence bags that we carry. Some paperwork, and then just our rain gear and then cold winter gear.
I sat in the back of the car for just a few seconds, and that was no fun. It was a small space that wasn't designed for comfort. So the trick is to stay out of that part of the car. These officers work hard for us. Give them the respect they deserve. It's important.